Hello everybody, today we are going to do the cyanotyping paper activity. For this you are going to need some pre-coated cyanotype paper. I got mine from cyanotype.co.uk. Then you're going to need something to make a negative imprint on this. So I have some cut out dragons just of here from wood.
And I also have some small letters.
Anything can work for this, and I would suggest potentially getting the children to find something themselves. You're going to need some water, so you can either run it under a tap, but as I'm outside here today, I've got a big tub of water just to fit. And if it's not sunny and you can't use the UV from the sun, you can use a professional gel polish LED nail dryer lamp. That will do the same thing. Okay, on to the activity. As soon as you take the cyanotype paper out of the black cardboard, it will start
to develop, therefore.
Once you take it out, you need to start working quickly. So I would first suggest potentially taking out the things that you want to leave the imprints with. So I quite like that dragon, a nice big one. So I've got 3 dragons just up here, and I also want to write ChemBAM. Let me just get all of those letters now. Beautiful, ChemBAM. So now that I've got everything that I want to put on the paper ready to leave that negative imprint, I'm gonna take my light sensitive paper out and then gonna put these on straight away and leave it to develop for about 8 minutes. Oh. So I didn't have to wait 8 minutes because the wind blew it off. So in order to save the paper, I gave it a quick dunk in the water. It worked! Ta-da! So this is how it works. So very interestingly, you can see how here's where it was laid over the top, and then here's where the shadow was, because it's like not as intense. Once you've taken it out, just leave it to dry and then the children can take it home. In order to make the paper split between more children, you can cut it up in a dark room so it doesn't start to develop. So I've shown here using sort of flat stencils to make an outline. These will give really crisp results. However, you can use other things like leaves or flowers or anything that would cause the light to stop hitting the paper. I'd recommend something like on the flatter side, as it would
give a slightly crisper outline.
So on this really hot summer's day, I was able to develop this under 2 minutes. I didn't really have a choice because the wind, as you saw. However, the longer you leave it, the darker blue the background becomes.
The amount of time you need to leave it will depend on the specific conditions that day.
For example, in a clear winter's day, you may need to leave it for about 30 minutes. And so once again, double check that it's not going to blow away in the wind, like mine did. So historically, it was used to create impressions of leaves or other botanical plants and objects. For example, Anna Atkins produced what is known as the first photographic illustrated book in 1843 called Photographs of British Algae Cyanotype Impressions. So how did it work? When ferric ammonium citrate is mixed with potassium ferricyanide, it becomes sensitive to the UV light. These chemicals are then reacted when UV rays hit it, i.e. from the sun or from a UV nail dryer lamp. The chemicals react on the paper to make the cyan blue background. And then where the paper has been covered with the objects, that's where the UV light could not hit, hence why they remain white. Once the chemicals are rinsed off with the water, the print is fixed so that it's no longer sensitive to the sun, and so you're left with the imprint. So I hope you've enjoyed this activity. ChemBAM have made a bunch of other different types of videos and material that can be found on the ChemBAM website or on our YouTube channel below.
Thank you for watching. Bye!